She chose obedience over death, the alien warrior who claimed a human heart. The ruins of Earth still smoked when Commander Rael of Vorther stepped down from his ship. The wind carried ash, whispers of broken cities, and the scent of defeat. Humans had fought bravely, but resistance was over. Only silence remained, except for the small cry that came from the rubble of an old church. Rael turned sharply, sound faint but defiant. He found her there, bleeding, trembling, but glaring up at him like a cornered star. A young woman, human, her clothes torn, her face streaked with soot but her eyes fierce as twin suns. "Kill me," she spat, clutching a piece of glass like a blade. "I won't kneel to an alien." Rael's grip tightened on his plasma sword. "You already lost," he said coldly. "You should know when a war is over." "It's not over," she said, voice shaking. "Not while I'm breathing." He raised his sword, an ancient weapon forged of dark matter, humming with alien energy. But as its edge glowed, something in her voice made his hand tremble. "Stop," she gasped. "If I must live, I'll live as your obedient wife. Just don't kill me." The words sliced through the silence sharper than any blade. Rael froze. He had slain thousands in the name of Vorther. None had ever begged like this, not with tears but with fire in their eyes. Her words were not submission. They were survival. Her defiance hid behind the mask of surrender. "What's your name, human?" he asked, lowering the sword slightly. "Arya," she whispered. "Then rise, Arya of Earth," Rael said quietly. "Your life is mine now." Chapter 1. The Captive and the Commander. Arya was taken to the alien stronghold hovering above the dead city, an enormous citadel of crystal and iron that pulsed like a living heart. Everything there felt wrong. The air shimmered. The walls hummed. And everywhere she looked, tall, silver-skinned warriors moved like gods. Rael was their leader. Cold, disciplined, merciless. Yet, for reasons even he couldn't name, he did not treat her as a slave. She had a room, hers alone. Food, clean clothes, even books from the old Earth archives. Still, she wore the collar of a captive bride, a thin band of glowing light that marked her as his. "Why me?" she asked one night as he entered her chamber. "Because you asked to live," he said. "I said I'd be obedient," she shot back. "I didn't say I'd love you." Rael looked at her, the faintest trace of amusement on his hard face. "Love is not required in Vorther bonds. Only loyalty." "Then you'll get neither," she said, turning away. But Rael didn't punish her. He simply said, "We'll see," and left her with the silence of her own heartbeat. Chapter 2. The Silent Kindness. Days became weeks. Rael visited often, though never with cruelty. Sometimes he brought her strange fruits from alien worlds, or let her walk the observation decks to see Earth from above, a wounded planet glowing under starlight. He taught her the Vorther tongue. In return, she taught him human words he could barely pronounce. "Hope," she said once. "It means to believe in something better, even when you've lost everything." Rael frowned. "We don't have such a word. In Vorther we survive. We don't hope." "Then maybe that's why you conquer," Arya said quietly. "You don't dream. You just obey." That word, obey, cut him deeper than any weapon ever had. Because Rael had always obeyed. Orders. Commands. The will of his empire. But never his own heart. That night when he saw her asleep, hair spread like starlight, breath soft and fragile, he felt something inside him shift. Something dangerous. Something forbidden. Chapter 3. A Heart That Shouldn't Beat. Warriors of Vorther did not fall in love. They were bred in gene chambers, designed for strength, not emotion. Love was weakness. Yet Rael found himself watching her every move, the way she smiled despite the pain, the way she looked out at the stars as if daring them to fall. He began to wonder if she'd bewitched him, and perhaps she had. When another officer, General Careth, saw Rael spending time with her, he sneered. "She's softening you, Commander. The Council won't tolerate this. You'll lose your command." Rael's answer was cold. "Then let them take it." That night, Arya found him sitting alone, staring at his sword. "You're troubled," she said softly. "Your people killed many of mine," he replied. "And yet when I see you, I don't see an enemy." She touched his hand. For the first time he didn't pull away. "Maybe," she whispered, "you see what's left of your own soul." Chapter 4. The Storm of the Council. Rumors spread through the fortress. The alien commander and the human captive, bound by something stronger than the chains of obedience. The High Council summoned Rael. "You have forgotten your purpose," the High Chancellor hissed. "You were sent to conquer, not to love." "She is under my protection," Rael said. "Then she is your weakness." "She is my strength," he growled. The council sentenced Arya to execution for corrupting a Vorther leader. When the soldiers came for her, Rael drew his sword. Chapter 5. The Blood of Two Worlds. The citadel burned. Rael fought his own kind, blades clashing, alien blood staining the steel floors. Every swing of his sword was a vow. He would not lose her. Not to the council. Not to fate. Not to death. Arya watched as he tore through the guards. His armor shattered, his eyes fierce. She ran to him, pressing her hands to his bleeding chest. "Rael, stop. You'll die. I was dead long before I met you," he said, voice breaking. "You made me live again." When the final guard fell, Rael turned to her, trembling. "Go. There's a ship, take it. Fly far. Live." "I won't leave you," she said, clutching him. "You must," he whispered. "If you stay, they'll hunt you." Tears streaked down her face. "You made me promise obedience," she said, choking. "So I'll obey, but only if you come with me." Rael smiled faintly. "Then disobey me once. Live." The fortress exploded behind them. Arya dragged him into the escape craft. Flames licked the sky. Alarms screamed. And as the ship broke through the clouds, Rael collapsed in her arms, whispering the one word he'd learned from her. Hope. Epilogue. Two hearts, one world. Months later, a small cottage stood hidden deep in the ruins of Northern Earth. The air was clean again. The plants were returning. And a man with silver skin and human eyes worked the soil beside a laughing woman. Rael survived barely. His people believed him dead. But for him, life began only after death. Arya would sometimes tease. "Still think obedience matters?" He'd smile. "Only when it comes to your heart." She leaned close, whispering against his ear. "Then I'll never obey." He kissed her softly, the way stars kiss dawn. "Good," he said. "Because love was never meant to kneel." And in that quiet world reborn from ashes, the alien warrior who once conquered Earth finally surrendered to a human heart.